Burp.
All right, we have Game 9 here. Allied Final Tournament semifinals. Team Napo versus Team Molo. And Bobo's not liking that he wasn't able to get the observer slot here. This game is full of 4 observers, and everyone is here. Gunner, why don't you call out who's playing and where they playing?
Hey, how's it going, Rev? Good to be back for this round 2. We got Axis, DST Napoleon, with his Italy, DST Kronos, aka Kronzor. And then we have Kron Toker as Spain. Really strong Axis. I'm really looking to see the outcome of this game, especially with a quick rush on East from Russia.
Well, let's just hold off on who we're calling out the characters. Where you're going to have this quick rush is the quick 6 tank that Chris advocates occasionally. You try to get there before the bunkers are being built, and he's absolutely successful. No bunkers being built, but I don't know if he's got enough ground force to be able to push through all these tanks. German tanks being able to go on the east-hand side, and it's going to be enough before the BCs are able to get there. But what that's able to do is stopping the France attack until a little bit later. So the 6 tank was fairly successful in drawing the troops east. He's only lost 1 tank. Is going to be built up for this next rush. And sorry, Gun, go ahead and call out the allies, and then how you see this France attack shaping up.
Well, we have another UK specialist, Molo, and UK, very strong player. Kraz, very strong France player. As you can see here, he's taking Alge very nicely, held it, and kept his fighter support and his vehicle factory with his command outpost. Really strong by Kraz. A little slow on the France take too, by Napoleon, being that Kraz evac. And then we have Salin as Norway, getting ready with drops here as Russia lifts his port. And then a strong Russia player, STC Chris, my fellow teammate. Gotta shout him out, STC Chris. And you know, I'm really looking to see here for maybe an Axis win.
Well, unfortunately for that Axis win, Kron Toker losing most of his troops on the France attack. We have Krasnaya doing a great job in stacking his tanks down in the southern part of France and being able to eat up all of the Spanish ground forces. So Kron, when that happens in your game, you should not be doing anything aggressive before Med. You want to defend your French mainland. You want, not your French, your Spanish mainland. You want to get the cities in Algiers, and you want to focus on getting a Mediterranean trigger. Don't want to be doing anything aggressive if you lose the bulk of your army. The only time you want to be aggressive is when you still have at least half of your army after that French attack. Then you build drop ships and be able to counter right away. So going to be a little bit of more of a passive Spain from his end. And we're going to see if any of the Axis are going to be trying to go aggressive here in this turn 2 or 3.
Yeah, especially because I'm really focused on the Africa. Even though Kron was able to stop Krasnaya from expanding in Alge, which is really good by him, Molo's, being the UK specialist, he is really focusing on that Africa and opening it up. So Axis really has their work cut out for him, but see for an Axis win. Really like this Axis team.
Messer's going to Africa extremely quickly. When do you ever remember them clearing out Africa here on this second turn? You never see that. And Scouts doing big time damage and not wanting to push too far too long. And it's very good by Napoleon to pull these Messers away when they head, because we have Chris and Russia pulling a massive east attack going hard, and these Axis troops are just
and then we have Norway
stacking.
dropping behind Berlin too as well.
What an unusual place to drop.
Yeah, they're looking for a little pincer move here. Maybe Salin's gonna go up and get that siege tank, and then go out and get that AWOL.
There's no way he should be going east at this point. This is a complete mistake. You have to be sending your troops out towards the AWOL, and really this drop now does almost nothing.
And Chris pulling a Chris and retreating. I mean, I don't blame him. That whole east wall was just. I mean, like I said, I really like this team. Napo is one of my favorite germs, and Kronos, aka Kronzor, is a beast. Italy, can't sleep on his Italy. Really, really strong.
Alright, so
He's gonna
Salin
clean
going
that
for
wall
missile
up.
turrets, and that's what's important at this point. When you
Yeah,
take
that
out the
was an
missile
unusual
turrets,
drop from Solin. Very unusual.
it was, and it was a drop. It was in a decent spot when you looked at where the armies were at the time. But he wasn't controlling his men. He allowed his men to get hit by the siege tank of Germany, and then move up and towards Germany without his control to start taking out buildings in Western Germany. But that's not where you want to be. You want to be moving away from the armies of the Axis and trying to take out cities and buildings and objectives. Objectives being the A wall, which is a huge objective, and because he didn't do that immediately, he's only able to get about a quarter of the buildings that he wanted to take out. And the Axis still have a nice force in France, being able to hold the A wall should anything come to try to disrupt it before D-Day.
Yeah, especially if you could take a look at Africa now that they have a nice threshold on it, nice wall. Now Kron Toker is feeling real comfortable. He's definitely in his comfort zone. He's getting med. He's getting drops pumped out, and so we're looking for a possible UK take here after Chris goes box.
Yeah, just like I was saying before, he didn't do anything aggressive. He retook Algiers. He helped with the bunker wall. He got his troops down there in Africa, and he wants to make sure to get this med first, and then he's going to be looking at his next target. And his next target, if he can do it quickly, should be Africa, because this African bunker wall is not going to stop all these dragoons and
And and it
tanks.
looks like Salin's going into Berlin, which is actually a Napo just pumped out two BCs.
Oh, let's see if
He's pulling them.
the Norwegian Air Force is able to take these out. He's going on one. He's got half health. They pull back for some reason. Why did you pull back? You're taking out BCs. They went ahead and went to below to the other BC. They're able to get one. They got the second one. They got two. So they got two BCs with that drop. And, that's 3,000 minerals that has gone in their favor. So whatever you could say, taking out two BCs as a Norway drop, you have to give an advantage in that point, because just the amount of gold it takes to build the most expensive units in the game, it has to be worth it. It has to be worth it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I really agree with Salin's choice of drops, but um, it's unusual because Salin, he's a very strong Norway, and you really count on him for making some superior drops. But just those past two drops, like very questionable, very very questionable.
But it was so interesting that first drop in Western Germany. Like, you never see Norways do that, first of all. But what it did do was it did facilitate the second drop into the ports. But before we finish talking about that, let's see what's going on in the UK. We have Spain being able to drop with the BCs under command. But BCs flying right
Oh
up,
wow,
right into the marine fire, and
nice
unfortunately the
attack
RAF
move.
was not there to follow up. So this UK attack will be overall successful. I don't know if they're going to be able to hold it with these Norwegian drops coming in. Kind of aggressive coming
Uh,
in at this point without a whole lot of RAF fire.
Very very aggressive drop by Salin. I like it though because um, the BCs are Napo's forced to retreat, but Napo being an aggressive player, he's definitely going to want to move up on this. Yeah, usually as Norway, you want to wait till Germs BCs left UK, and then you want to drop. But everything seems clean so far.
What do you think? Do you think Spain goes again immediately? Do you think he goes down to Africa? Now,
Uh, I can see Kron going immediately. Like I said, he's in his comfort. Kraz does have
there he goes.
Africa, so
They're going
Let's
UK
see.
again, and this looks like the better move of the two. Big mistakes of Spain's is going ahead and putting too much early focus on Africa when there's higher value targets such as UK and the Wells, and knowing that, going ahead and going to Africa, Germany being able to keep his air in this general direction, and that has to do with Chris pulling back out of his bulks attack about 1 minute ago, not wanting to lose his ground forces to air coming back and taking him out. But in doing so, has relieved the pressure on the east and has allowed Krontoker to do a second 5-drop into UK. Very important to get the engineering workshop from UK. His fighters are at 3 attack upgrades, but 0 defense as of yet. So if you can go ahead and put that on hold, odds are UK's don't, until at least well after D-Day, build another armory to upgrade that armor, if at all they do. And Lend-Lease coming up, trying to do damage into the air that's remaining, able to get some of it, and also some of the air able to get out. Looks like he only lost
Axis
about
is
1.
going for Oslo too, clearing all that up.
Yeah.
Napo being really, really aggressive, which is what I was expecting anyway. I mean, you know, you definitely want to be aggressive as Germany. You don't want to sit. You want to definitely stay active. But Salon, you know, getting his drops ready. Hopefully he can go UK, get that tax before too.
He's already got some of the valuable taxes. He should
And then
try
we
to get
have
these last 2.
Turkey. Turkey's getting taken by Kraz. Nice job, Kraz. Gonna
That's
look
pretty
for
normal for him.
making another front. Yeah, Chris doing a good job too, clearing up bulks for Kraz, so he can get that Turkey tax. There it is. There's the attack. Got Kraz moving up from the flank. Chris, nice low east.
Yeah, got a great flank on these bunkers. Able to get out these northern Italian, lower German bunkers out, and the whole lower part of the Axis countries have all been taken out of defensive structures. And now they're able to go into it with both German and French troops heading towards, with the huge air force that they've been able to amass. But Germany's been building BCs this whole time, and he feels he has sufficient messers to be able to defend these BCs. So this is an entirely air battle here for Germany. That has no ground. Look how much less ground there is in this game than there was in the last game. Entirely the scouts and the BCs trying to target the RAF, able to get good damage onto a single BC, but I'm not sure if he was able to get the kill on it. And Messers need to be focusing the RAF. They can't be focusing on ground right now, and Germany able to lock that up and lose what seems like as little as possible to that expert Molo UK.
And Solon only taxed like, I don't know, he probably taxed like 1,500 because Kronos stole Oslo in the midst of
nice. I just saw that. Look at that. Beautiful.
great move.
And that's from the early poking from Napoleon, being able to take out all those structures in the south of Norway. And allows for any building to float up and steal this tax, or a single drop with a single SCV to go ahead and take a capital city, which how often can you do with no defenses around? It's very rare. But here in Africa, we have a big Marines and tank force against a tank and Dragoon force. And it looks like Kraz is going to be able to win this, but how many troops is he going to be able to have left after it? That's the real question. Scouts are coming in to even up this battle, but Germany's coming in. We have 3 groups of Messers coming in. They're going to be able to take out all these ground troops. I don't think they're going to be able to get the French Messers that are retreating, but most certainly all this ground, all these cities going down, and Krontok would be highly advisable to send down at least 1 or 2 SCVs to try taking some of these cities.
Yeah, great job by Napo coming down. Nice job. Axis is definitely in their comfort. Krontoker doing a good job. He's gonna drop Africa, knowing that he has UK secured. locked down. He's going to go ahead and grab Africa, grab the tax, grab the factory. Great job by Axis.
Allies are looking to put an end to this. They have both France and Russia getting ready to attack. RAF is not around. A little bit of a miscommunication. You can't be having your ground so far up close towards Germany without having your RAF around. And where are they at this moment? Frankly, I don't see where the...
They're up in USA.
Oh, there they are.
America.
I literally looked in 3 or 4 other places before.
Confused why they're there, but...
Yeah, and I'm confused why Kraz moved up there without being able to do it, just to take the industry, I guess. Okay.
Well, Molo should definitely be more aggro with his RAF. They're just sitting in America, knowing that Spain just dropped Africa, so he's not coming. He's not going to drop America anytime soon, and especially that Chris and Kraz are poking. He should definitely be coordinated with them and helping them get some good clean shots at some air.
The Tunis trigger just happened with the floating starport, as we do see ever so often from Molo and a few other players. Single bunker being placed by Krontoker over in the Algiers front. Going to be his one line of defense. Big attack in bulks. Both German and French troops combining. Huge air advantage for Napoleon. He just has all kinds of messers. And really, if you can't be putting any pressure onto east with this area, you should be going towards Africa and relieving some of the pressure on Krontoker. Krontoker does not need to be spending all kinds of money on bunkers in Africa if his German ally is able to clear Africa once every turn for him.
Yeah, if Allies get D-Day, Axis will be in trouble.
I think they're going to get it. I think they've got everything towards it. Krontoker's got a large amount of units there. The scout advantage is
nice job
is
by
definitely
Molo
for
killing
Germany.
America.
He's deciding that it's suicide at this point, and he's right.
Nice job by Molo. Really clean to go ahead and just take out D-Day. Wait
That's
for the
something
right
else
opportunity moment.
that has only started happening this year is the Allies purposely delaying D-Day when it's not in an advantageous position for them. And basically deciding when they want to have D-Day happen. Something that never really happened before. At least I never saw it. Like, I don't think I was that oblivious of things that I would just totally miss that. But really makes a lot of sense. Like, it's such a huge influx of troops, 6 BCs, as well as a numerous amount of shuttles worth of forces.
Yeah,
but here we have Constantinople. What is this? Is this the 1500s? Is this the 1600s? The battle over Constantinople? No, this is the 1940s. This is German battle cruisers heading out towards France, and they're running with their tails behind their legs. Look at all this German air. A complete difference from last game.
Axis is in trouble now. Molo just got D-Day. Now Molo's in the... He's got Chris's air on him, nice and tight, locked in. They just took back UK. Molo's got drops. Axis is being spread really thin here, especially with Turkey pressure. Great job by Kraz with the Turkey pressure.
Algiers getting dropped. France trying to take out the minor defense force in Algiers, but Algiers able to hold, so things are not gone completely haywire for the Axis just yet, as they're still able to be getting this reliable income from
Napo was
these
4,600 too. Napo has 4,600 minerals.
Isn't that strange? He just had a whole turn without spending.
About to be taxed in 3 seconds too.
What?
Wow, Napo's sitting on 8,400 minerals.
Is that so strange?
He needs to pump some Marines.
He needs to pump anything. Like, it's such a waste to have that sitting there. Doesn't make any sense. Spain needs to be getting up. Go up towards the air battle. This is where your Marines can really show a difference. And here they are. Marines onto RAF. You're not going to want that. the Axis are going to win this battle. This could be our first Axis win that we're going to see. Marines from Spain need to be targeting these air units, and they absolutely are. Ground from UK getting dropped in. This is the pure Molo strategy. Going ahead with dropships as UK dropping onto Axis Air, but Axis Air is just a little bit too much to overpower. The last BC being done, and we might have our first Axis victory in this series. And it's not the end of the series if this Napoleon Axis team is able to win. But I tell you, if this Napoleon Axis team wins, it's a do or die for Molo to win their first Axis game, and I tell you, that's going to be such a hype cast. And Gunner, like, hey, we got 2 games, 2 fucking, my apologies, 2 awesome casts here, these awesome games. But you know what? I would love it if there's an Axis win here. You better come back for another cast here, and we're gonna go ahead and cast this one out. But wow!
Well, thanks, man. It's been an honor to cast these games with you.
Look at this Axis Air!
I've been having a great time. It's been fun.
Gunner, man, how many years have we been doing it?
We've been a part of the community for a long time.
It's been a long time, man. I remember when you used to be an obnoxious and very confident young boy, and now you're an obnoxious, confident young man. And,
thanks, Brad. I really appreciate it. That's what we call love right there. In this small community that we have, that's what I call love right there.
There's only love. There's only love.
But yeah, no, it's been fun. It's definitely been fun. These games have been hype. Great teams. Tough games. I mean, you know, I'm gonna play favorites here, and like I said before, you know, I really called for an Axis win this game. I mean, Nap's a strong Germany, and you know that's saying a lot. And Kronos, very old school player, really good Italy, and you know, especially Krontoger when he gets in his comfort zone with Spain, man, he's on point. He's on point.
Well, look at what's happening here. This is the problem with Axis, is that you can often have the air advantage, the BC advantage, the Messer slash you know, light air advantage, but you're being so heavily out-taxed by the Allies that if you don't do anything with it, this is huge. All these Francis drops being destroyed like that.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on Turkey, but the thing is, Salon still has UK, so that's going to be good in favor for Allies.
Actually, the Allies are not in that bad of a position right now, and this is why it's so hard for the Axis. So they just won a huge battle. The most important battle, they won the air battle against UK, but the game's not over, and really the Allies just need to keep this going for another few turns, and they're going to secure Turkey unless the BCs are there. They're going to be able to have UK all locked up unless the BCs are there. They're going to be able to keep Algiers in Allied hands unless the BCs are there, and the BCs can't be everywhere.
Yeah, well, Napo has, I don't know, maybe at least 20 plus BC.
But that's the thing. It doesn't matter at this point.
He hasn't upgraded him.
Yeah, he's just at 1-1, as I've been showing our folks here.
And he has over 7,400 minerals.
Like, doesn't that seem bugged? Like, really, can that be right? He just doesn't need to build things?
I don't know. He should definitely start pumping some Marines.
He is now. He's got 3 barracks pumping them out. 4 barracks, my correction. And if he's going to be doing that, he should be upgrading their attack and armor, as he can easily afford that. And BC is deciding to go to UK, and if you're going to do that, then you have to make sure that yourself or one of your allies takes the tax for UK. So you want to be attacking units when you're moving your BCs around. You don't want to be just taking out lowly buildings. You want to be taking out units from the enemy team. And with these additional messers, they should be able to fight that, but they decide not to.
Chris doing a good job poking.
Yep, coming in and out, not wanting to lose the bulk of his tank force. He knows these tanks are what's valuable to him. 3-0 attack upgrades. French shuttles starting to drop dragoons.
Looks like they're going for UK here. Kraz taking Italy Islands.
Toker once again prioritizing UK over Africa, and historically that is a good decision. Although when you see there's no troops there, do you leave them there? No, as Spain you can't leave a huge bulk of troops in UK. So there you go, he's going to load right back up. And right now, if I was him, I'd be dropping on Norway with Germ's ground. That's what I'd be doing.
We got Chris poking. At the same time, I mean, Napo just has a huge something that Napo's known for is, you know, having a huge fleet, being dominant.
The tax is so heavily in favor of the Allies.
Yeah, Molo's sitting on 5K right now. Oh, nice job by Molo and Chris.
I'd like to try to poke from the river a little bit.
But you know, that wasn't a bad trade though for now. You know, none of his BCs got traded out there. I mean, you can't be mad at trading messers, especially when you have 20 plus BCs. And Molo probably about a key a RAF. Chris probably about a key and a half of scouts. Kronzord, he's got a nice little tank army there.
He needs it. France is getting to be just as strong as Italy at this point.
Especially Kron Toker getting a nice tax with
he needs it.
Having London and UK.
He only got London in the last tax I was watching, but he will have the whole of UK if he's able to hold on to it until 2.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't went America yet. Past 2 games, Spain hasn't really went for America or USA like how Defeat pointed out before. And that's definitely a key component too. It takes away tax from allies and it gives tax to Axis, and also the you know, having that map advantage is definitely key.
It's hard to hold, I find, as Axis. When you have a dedicated UK and Norway trying to retake it back, it's almost not worth it.
Oh, nice job by allies getting that UK before tax.
Gotta be right back. 1 minute. Alright, so Gunn, what's been happening here? Looks like there was something that was just going on in Norway, but that was cleared up by the Allies.
Yeah, Napo moving for Oslo. He's been constant pressure, constant. Um, especially having a dominant fleet.
Doesn't seem like Africa is being able to be held by the Axis at this point. It's just constantly will go down to the
No, but
Allies.
at the same time though, it's different when Africa, yes, like the tax going to allies definitely is detrimental. But at the same time, when you're Spain and you feel like you're threatened by France dropping you, other opposed to not feeling threatened, that's a huge difference. Like Kron Toker has no defenses. He's just like, I know Kraz isn't gonna drop me. He's in Turkey, just spending all his money on Marines and drop ships and expanding, and he's doing a great job. It looks like he's going for USA here right now.
Gun, that was actually a really good point that you made, and he's not fearful at all of Kraz dropping him. And we're in a long series here at 4 wins apiece, 4 wins for Nap, 4 wins for Molo. So these players have begun to know each other's style, and Kraz is not the dropping style. He's the kind of macro style. He wants to get cities, he wants to get advantages, he wants to build a huge goon fleet and be able to overwhelm the East with his allies. And it's actually a really good move by Krontoker to not build
Oh
up
yeah,
into Spain and to be
that's right.
constantly aggressive, to make sure to get UK, to make sure to get USA right now, to get Ireland, these types of things. He doesn't want to be losing too many drops here, kind of going into a bunch of missile turrets, but he's still going to be getting these cities.
It looks like they're getting ready for an East hit here. They'll be coming up from Balks. And this is where Kraz's Goon army definitely does come in handy. But Kronzor just has a huge tank army. But I would definitely wait for the BCs before engaging on that. He's probably just nitpicking, seeing what he can learn. But, let's see how this battle ends up. This might be the final one.
Great position for the BCs at this point. No Marines around him by
Wow.
the Allies, and just being able.
Chris getting his flanked by the BCs, man.
Yep.
That BC fleet is so key.
Just going right over the mountains, just
Oh
getting
man.
no Allied force being able to get close to them before getting completely obliterated. Wrath not wanting to touch them because anytime they move anywhere in proximity to them, they're just going to get destroyed. And this was a big glut of Allied troops that have been able to get massed on the map. And really now, because of this attack being stopped, the Axis have the advantage of being able to determine where they want to be aggressive right now. And what do you think? Do they go Norway at this point? Do they
I think
go
Nap's gonna go
Africa?
Norway. I
Okay.
think Nap's gonna go Norway. It looks like Kron. So they're securing Oslo again. Tax going to the Axis. But we'll see.
Well, look at Kron. He's in USA, Canada. He's in Balks. He's now in Oslo. Unfortunately, he lost some of his drops there. Just kind of kept him around a little bit too long. But really being everywhere in this whole map, and then also he had done multiple drops into Africa. So really, he's trying to be everywhere for his team, and I just love to see that this first Axis win in this series would just be so monumental and would put such pressure on this next game that it's going to be the highlight game. No matter what if the Axis win this game, the next game it's going to be so hype, and that's the type of nervousness and the type of when everyone understands the implications. I was like, you got to win or you're going to go home, and you got to win as an
Do
Axis.
or
You got
die.
to do something. Yeah, whatever you got planned. If you got anything planned, we've had 2 weeks here since these last games. You bring it out. All right, Spain finally getting 3-3 Marines.
UK.
Germany also having 3-3 Marines.
Oh man. Oh my lord.
Whoa, what?
That is a ridiculous Allies fleet. Oh my lord.
I don't know what they're running to. They have no missile turrets there. They need to bring the Marines over. Germany, bring your Marines.
Nab just needs to pull, full-on pull. Wow, that was a huge scout.
I didn't think the Allies had that type of force to be able to challenge.
Yeah,
What happened there?
Chris got big. He's definitely great at hoarding his scouts, and especially with the triggers that Russia gets for air. I mean, that was just a great job, great call. Going in on those BCs. That was a huge Allies fleet.
Okay, we have the Balk coming down. France being able to clear out the nexus that was placed at Constantinople. Russian tanks are going down through Balks. They're coming in, but it looks like it's only the Balks that's happening. France is not following up, but they're finally doing it. It's just very slow, like.
Chris with a lot of tanks, and especially because he has 3-2 upgrades on his tanks, it makes it very strong. And he was sitting on like 5K, and he's starting to spend his money now. But yeah, that definitely gave Allies a huge going at Napo's fleet like that. I think Allies are looking to make a move here.
Yeah, well, I thought Axis had it before that air battle, and now you have to give a slight advantage to the Allies to be able to pull this one out. And again, this is the slight problem in this map, that the Axis would dominate for so many minutes, and yet lose one little battle, and the Allies are going to be able to come right back.
Even though, I'm not saying that this would be a huge difference maker, but definitely as Germany, and you have 3-3 ups on your BCs, definitely helps. Definitely helps.
It does, but you have to have enough BCs to make a difference on that.
Right, yeah.
And he did here we have go. BCs.
Allies making a move.
He doesn't anymore.
No, he does not. That was a monstrous move by Allies.
Yeah, France.
Yeah, they go. They're pushing on up. Not afraid of the fleet anymore.
No, because a lot of the fleet's gone. But the fleet is now amassing again. Should be able to.
Kron took you here with some drops. Especially too, because I'm surprised that Italy's air wasn't with Germ's BCs too on that UK take. They probably weren't even expecting how much air that they had.
So I like the Spain drop right on the Germany BCs, because you give a real solid foundation for them to attack from. But there you see the difference of not having enough German BCs to make a difference, because if he had his original 20 BC count and you had a Spain dropping on them with Marines, you're not going to have the Allies winning this type of advantage, and this is only because that they don't have enough BCs. The Axis.
Yeah, well said. I mean, they just took a huge hit on go. I bet they weren't even expecting. Honestly, I gotta give this MVP up to Chris. Chris did a phenomenal job with Russia, especially dealing with Kronzor, Italy, and such a tough Axis team. I mean, Chris really was the MVP this game, hitting and pulling, constant harass, saving up the scouts. I mean, it was just great teamwork, man.
Well, I missed that initial air battle that you mentioned with the Russian and UK air being able to do good damage on the Axis fleet, and I didn't think it was possible at that point. But
Yeah, I
I
think
caught the end of it, and yeah, it was the first chink in the armor, and it only made it worse for when.
I know when I like to play Germany, I like to have Italy with his air on my air, carriers BCs on my BCs, and honestly, and maybe 3-3 upgrades would have helped on his BCs, but I don't know. That was just a massive, massive fleet that the Allies had combined.
He had enough BCs to be 3-3 at that time, and I think I agree with you that it would
Absolutely.
have made a difference. He
With
would have been more
carriers,
confident to just fight it, and then would have had a good chance to win
but well played by both teams. Great AC shown from Molo and Napo. Kraz doing a good job on France. Salin doing a great job on Norway. It's a good game, very good game, high quality game.
it. Yeah, it has been. It has been, and makes you think that, like,
Seeing all these different play styles, it's great, and the GG comes out. I really thought Axis was gonna bring it home this.
yeah, I did
Man,
too. I really did.
what a turnaround! What a turnaround! Molo, top of the resources. Kraz, right underneath.
Yeah, look at Kras. Look at how much. He was
Beating.
resourcing the same as the UK and Germany.
Unbelievable, man. Turkey. Yeah, just having control of Turkey too, man. Just really, really, and nitpicking at Italy's islands, Africa. You bring in a lot of dough. You bring in a lot of dough for sure.
All right, so we don't have the epic last game that we'd like to rely on, but any last words from the Gunzor?
Thanks for having me, Rav. I appreciate you letting me co-cast. It's been fun, and catch you guys next time.
All right, honors all mine. Rav Exel STC Gunner coming out with the Ally Final Tournament. You know what it is, and you're going to see more, so expect it.